Not a scratch. I don't think I got punched, so it's always a good night when you don't get struck.
No, you train hard, you do the big weight cut.
Yeah.
Are you wishing for more of a fight, or is this like, no, this
No.
is...
Less.
Less?
Yeah. The shorter the better. I mean, because you're thinking about longevity, you're thinking about fast finishes, exciting the fans. Why drag it out? It's only going to bust you up more, you know? I mean, sometimes they want to see people go back and forth, but as far as for your own health, it's great to get in and out of there.
How did Baghdad feel in there? Was he better or worse than you expected, or was it just...
I didn't feel much, you know. There was a lot of antics before while we were about to go out, a lot of yelling on his part, a lot of swagger in the back before they pulled the curtain off, raising his hands, screaming some weird stuff. I just kept my focus. I knew if I did what we planned, it was going to be a short night for me, so I just kept even keel and went after him.
You're from New York, right?
Yeah, Long Island, New York.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you got lots of cheers for the Boston crowd.
Yeah, I love it. This is like, oddly enough, this is like my UFC home away from home here in Boston, because this is my second fight here in Boston, and I can't fight in my home state right now, which is absolutely crazy. So they took me in. I love it.
You fought last year, right?
Yeah, same event last year.
Same
Yeah,
spot, right?
yeah, same spot, same everything. So, like I said, that's why I guess I could call it like my UFC home away from home. They were nothing but great. I loved it.
How did it feel walking into the arena and doing all this thing, the locker rooms, walking out? Was it deja vu? Like, oh, this is my night?
Yeah. And I actually was doing like double takes because people are yelling my name, and I'm looking up to see if it's like family and friends. It was just like the Boston folk just had my back, you know. So on the way out, I made sure I shook as many hands as I could, took as many pictures as I could to show them I appreciate the support.
And how do you celebrate, sir?
I got a lot of family and friends here that came up to watch because it's just a short drive, 3.5, 4 hours. So I'm looking to link up with as many of those people as I can and show them that I appreciate coming up and giving me that support. So we're gonna see if we have time. I know it's Sunday and things wrap up early here, but maybe the hotel will stay open or whatever. We can hang.
You're part of a long line of fighters, specifically from Long Island, that are having success here in the UFC. Do you feel like that's going to help get it sanctioned in the state of New York?
1000%, I do. Like you said, we have this little brotherhood there on the island. Like as soon as I came out of the cage, even in the cage, I could hear my teammate Bermudez, who was like in the first row, not cornering me, but on the other side, like where I took Mehdi to the cage. I could hear him coaching me. And as I walked out, Aljamain with his big chain on, just screaming, like throwing his hands up to me. It's just like one big brotherhood. So I think that all the waves that we're making together, every time we get in, somebody does something great, it's gonna break soon, real soon.
So I'm not sure if you trained, but you trained Al Akhbeta?
Yeah, Al and I are like, we've become pretty good friends through the sport. We always knew each other through high school wrestling. We wrestled the same weight class, like almost every year as we grew up. We were the same grade, and when he's healthy and I'm healthy, we use each other as sparring partners to get ready for the rest of the world.
Well, on his very new podcast, he predicted a KO, so you gotta, he was half right.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He's got a new podcast?
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, he didn't tell me that.
The Al Show.
Really?
It's the best. It's the best podcast ever.
I gotta check this out.
Yeah. So he predicted win by KO, so he got a half right.
Awesome.
Now you're on a 6-fight win streak, I believe?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been quite a few years since that one loss, I guess. Do you see other fighters in your weight class sort of traveling a similar path as far as somebody else that would be a good matchup for your next fight?
I want Northcutt. Bad.
How bad?
Really bad.
Can you make
Just
your argument
all the
about
hype
that?
around him. Listen, he's a nice kid, a genuinely nice kid. Like I didn't meet him, but I saw him at the summit and whatnot. But all the undue hype. I think what does he have, 6 or 7 fights like all together? And they're down, 3/4 of them are down in the South, where I don't consider the talent to be as good as it is up in the Northeast. And then his 2 opponents in the UFC, take it or leave it. And then, he considers himself to be a wrestler. He makes a ton of money to go in there. So you know, where I'm at, if he wins, I think he's booked to fight in Jersey soon. If he wins, that puts him at three wins in a row in the UFC, and me 4 wins. You know, that'd be up to the brass, but that looks good to me.
Do you think you're a bad matchup for him?
I think I'm a terrible matchup for him. I'm a bad matchup for a lot of people. So.
How much does that get to you? I mean, the fact that he hasn't fought any level, maybe the level of competition you fought, but I'm assuming he gets bigger checks than you do.
Oh yeah, he gets double, triple the amount probably. I don't know what it is. I heard different rumors. You know, I know that there's a lot of fanfare around him, but I just see it as like, you know, there's like old martial arts where people are flipping around and doing stuff like that. It's more exhibition than anything. They put a mat down, you know, in front of a middle school or something. He does some somersaults. Everybody drops their jaw, but it's nothing that comes through really in the cage. So a little bothersome, but you know, I respect anybody that's helping elevate the pay in the sport altogether. Connor, him, Paige, Rhonda, whoever it is, as long as it means it's going to be a better living for all of us, that's cool, but I'd love to get in there and test myself against one of those guys.
This card tonight had a lot of substitutions.
Yeah.
A lot of, you know, known guys, if you will, like, showed up, and you know, that could be good or bad, right? You facing somebody who's got a potentially dangerous game that you haven't been able to study before, or vice versa. So, I mean, does that bother you to get a guy that maybe didn't get a lot of time to study?
Yeah, like I was supposed to fight Tyson off, and then I got a call last Friday evening, like a kind of depressed call from my manager saying, Chris, your opponent's out, man. And I was just, don't tell me that, please. You go through such a hard camp, and you put in so much time and effort, and your team invests themselves, and you try to break the guy down, you study, and then all of a sudden that's all out the window. Now I went from fighting a 5'9" stocky knockout artist to a 6'1" Muay Thai lengthy kick and elbow specialist. So what you have to do there, I revert back to like my wrestling days, where you go to matches and tournaments, you don't know who you're going to wrestle that day. You might know who's in your bracket, but you don't know who's going to win the matchups or what upset may occur. So you just focus on what you do well, and that was the angle we took here. We watched what we could, but we focused on what I did well, and it worked.
Right now, you've been fighting in the UFC at least like once every 6 months.
Yeah.
I'm sure you want to fight. I'm assuming you want to fight more often than that.
Yeah, I want a lot more frequency this year. It started off decent. I fought in August of 2014, then again in January, and then I had like a long layover that I wasn't happy about. Got a fight in June on short notice, took it, and then unfortunately I had an opportunity to fight Mercier, but I hurt my leg, and it took a little while to get healthy. So starting with a clean slate, it's January. We got a W under our belt. We got a finish, and I want to just keep at it, keep hammering away at it, keep getting those Ws.